Hi, this is Kate from Grow For You, and we're just going to offer a brief tutorial on seeding using rock wool. So you will need your rock wool, the seeds you've chosen, some water, and a large enough vessel to hold the water when you dip your rock wool. That can be done in sections. You're going to need your water, of course, and some pH down. And then you'll need a small utensil of some sort. Our preference, to be honest, is a pencil. In order to prepare your water, first check the pH. So, in order to seed using rock wool, you actually want the rock wool to be slightly acidic. So, what we do is balance the pH of the water to 5.5. When you test your pH, your next step will be to adjust, if necessary, using very small increments of pH down. We would recommend just a pinch at a time, so that because it does go a long way. Once the pH of your water has been adjusted, you can divide the rock wool into sections or larger sheets. That's up to you. Dip the squares into the water for 10 seconds, not more. You want to thoroughly saturate but not over soak. And also, you don't want to squeeze or squish the rock wool. You don't want to collapse the air pockets. Those are part of the design of the rock wool and promote oxygen to the root of the seed. Once you've dipped your rock wool, you can place it in your tray and start placing about 2 seeds per cube in the opening provided using your utensil. And once again, we actually just use a pencil. The last stage of setting your seeds to germinate is simply covering them. Some people like to use a dome. We prefer just a gentle placement of a towel, tea towel, hand towel over the tray. Super simple. And placing it in a dark place, about average room temperature. Give the seeds 2 to 5 days to germinate, and a good reference is just the back of the package. Just take a look at the back of the package, and there usually is some sort of indication about germination. Leave your seeds to germinate, and then when you do notice that some sprouts are beginning to develop, you can uncover the tray and begin to expose them to the light. Once your seeds begin to germinate and you're waiting for them to be ready to transfer into the tower, you may find that they do dry out a little bit and you do need to give them a bit more water. It's best to water from the base. So basically just adding some water from one corner of the tray and allowing it to spread below the plants rather than watering from above. And finally, with regard to transferring seeds into the tower, after approximately 2 weeks, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little shorter, there'll be a small filament of root that it protrudes from the bottom of the rock wool. And once that small filament is present, your plant is ready and mature enough to be transferred into the tower and to successfully grow. A common question that we are often asked is if you can seed directly into the tower. We certainly encourage people to try and experiment and figure out what works best for them. In our experience, we prefer to seed and mature outside of the tower and then transfer them over as described a moment ago. That's as complicated as it needs to be, super simple, and should take you about 5 to 10 minutes. So enjoy.